Hi guys, and welcome to our review on the Adidas Predator Instinct 2014 from the Tribal Pack. The brand new Adidas Predator Instinct for 2014 brings the iconic Predator boot back to its roots, and it oozes style and raw power, but now with the added dimension of control. So just to recap the technical specifications, the upper is made using a hybrid touch upper together with lethal zones that are more raised in the previous versions. These zones are now no longer divided into the 5 zones as they were previously. The tongue is made using Adidas hybrid touch material, while the lacing system is made using Adidas taper lace. Laces that are wider nearest to the ankle and tapers off gradually towards the toe box. The insole is made using a foam insert that is neither too thin nor thick and has a mesh-like surface which allows for minimal sliding of the foot in the boot. The outsole is the most radical change and it no longer offers a sprint frame but a more flexible control frame made of TPU plastic. The studs are made of trademark Adidas triangular studs and the weight is 10 ounces. So now let's go straight into the review. Shooting is where the Predator has been truly brought back to its roots. The increased bulk, thicker upper, and more aggressive lethal zones all play on the very principle on which the Predator was created, to create the ultimate shooting experience. And right now, all I can say is that this Predator lives up to its name fully. When striking the ball, the increased bulk and thicker hybrid touch upper provides the perfect platform to strike the ball hard. This is referring to not just the quality of the upper, which allows you to feel the ball yet not feel the pain when you strike the ball hard, but also the structure and shape of the upper. The upper is noticeably flat, which gives a uniform surface on which to strike the ball, and it really affords the player the sensation of being able to place the ball wherever you want it. The shooting experience is so important to Adidas this time round that even the outsole is configured to aid the shooting experience. There is just enough rigidity to allow the efficient power transfer from the stiffness of the outsole, yet there is also a noticeable flexibility that does not hinder your foot movements, so you can choose however you want to strike the ball without feeling encumbered. The lethal zones again provide that platform to generate a lot of spin on the ball, and is currently the most aggressive boot on the market that allows that. Essentially, the designers behind the Predator Instinct have spared no expense and thought in creating a boot that provides the most holistic shooting experience, and so deservedly, this is where the Predator truly shines. Passing the Predator Instinct is augmented by a gel, or rather a rubber padding that used to be the pass pad in the previous Predator LZ. This pad adds additional grip when making passes, and it does make the generation of spin that much easier because of the way it grips the ball. The extra bulk it provides also provides a sensation of added power, although how hard you can kick the ball is still dependent on your own personal skills. The gel pad does not add too much friction, which is a concern that many players have, and their worries that the ball will get stuck while passing were actually unfounded. On the contrary, because the gel pad provides quite a flat and uniform surface, it was actually very easy to place passes where you wanted them, and this adds to the feeling of confidence when wearing the Predator Instincts. It is quite a unique experience to be able to feel the ball, especially when the upper is supposed to be relatively thicker. And it was an experience that we really enjoyed. The Predator Instinct has been designed around the concept of control aside from power, and it shows. The hybrid touch upper is a touch thicker on Adidas' latest offering, and it just seems to mimic the natural thickness of leather that much better than the previous Predator LZ and LZ2. This can be both good and bad because depending on your preference, compared to the LZ and LZ2, it feels much more leather-like in its quality. It may not be exactly the same, but it's quite a close approximation to leather, and you will enjoy these pair of boots if you enjoy thick leather boots. Do note, however, that the hybrid touch is soft and flexible right out of the box, and it will further soften the more you play with the boots. Give it 3 to 4 hours of wear and you'll see what we mean. What is not very often mentioned, and is something that many players will appreciate, is that the thicker upper offers much more protection compared to before, and going in for harder tackles were much less intimidating than before. The discussion of touch will not be complete without going into the lethal zones on Predator Instinct. For the 2014 Predator Instinct, Adidas has changed up the lethal zones. Firstly, no longer does each area have a specific name, they are now collectively known as the lethal zones. Secondly, the shape and arrangement of the lethal zones themselves have been changed. They now have a zigzag pattern and look way more aggressive than their predecessors. The second change has actually brought about much concern to many players who are worried that the lethal zones will be too aggressive and hinder touch of the ball by causing the ball to stick to the boots while dribbling. But our assessment is that be assured that it will not be the case. While the redesigned lethal zones are much more aggressive than before, they actually add more grip to the ball compared to the LZ and LZ2, but the overall grip on the ball is still in the perfect range. Touches on the ball feel enhanced rather than artificial and sticky, and if you found the LZ2 to be perfect, the Instinct will be right up your alley. important aspect of the outsole that is often overlooked is the addition of raised ridges to further increase friction on the ball. This allows the player to roll the ball underfoot more easily and just adds to the entire experience of being in control. This is a boot in which every detail is painstakingly considered, and it shows in the truly impressive experience it provides. The traction is the last factor to significantly improve the dribbling experience in the Predator Instinct. The triangular studs have always been a favourite with us, and that is because they allow for great push-off when running due to the blade-like edges, but plenty of rotation and manoeuvrability with your foot planted in the ground because of the general pseudo-conical structure of the studs. It is a very holistic experience that the triangular studs provide, and one that provides a very responsive, enjoyable dribbling experience. For sizing, the Adidas Predator Instinct fits true to size and will be snug. Contrary to popular belief, the hybrid touch material will stretch in spark-lethal zones, but there will not be enough length going down half a size, so we recommend to stick to your normal sizing, especially if you're ordering online. As a gauge, if you have worn the LZ2s and found them to fit perfectly, follow that size. The fit of the Predator Instinct is similar to the Predator LZ and LZ2s, and is a very premium one. The only difference is that the midfoot has been made a touch wider, which will actually accommodate players with a wider foot. To summarise, it is essentially decently wide throughout the forefoot, midfoot and hindfoot, and players with wide feet or flat feet should be able to fit into these boots. I have average to slightly wide feet and they fit me perfectly true to size. They are not too long, and so the overall fit is suitable for the typical Asian foot. In terms of injury issues, the solid nature of the boot means we do not anticipate any injury problems because of the great protection it provides, and the stud configuration has proven itself time and again to perform very well on both firm ground and artificial ground. That said, we would always suggest using the appropriate stud configuration for the particular surface you are playing on to prevent any kind of injuries from happening. So that's it for our review on the Adidas Predator Instinct 2014 from the Tribal Pack. The Adidas Predator Instinct is a boot that has gone back to its roots, and is a refreshing change from the lightweight race that has captured our attention for the past year. It takes the Predator back to its original roots, yet incorporates modern technology with the main aim of creating the ultimate holistic experience for the player, and it does that impressively. For those looking for the ultimate Predator experience, we would recommend the Predator Instinct strongly. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.